In this video, I'm going to be talking about the future direction of UK house prices. Now, if you find this useful in any way, make sure you hit that like button, but also subscribe to our channel because I update these videos every month with the latest information on the UK housing market. Now, in this video, I will be linking through to an article on the Money to the Masses website in the notes below, and I will actually talk through that article on screen. Now, click on that article link and make sure you bookmark that because we update that article regularly. Now, jumping straight across to that article, you can see it here, what is going to happen to UK house prices. Now, the first thing to point out is that I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know exactly where house prices are going to go in the future. There are lots of factors that will dictate what happens to house prices. Interest rates, that is the Bank of England base rate, but also mortgage rates, the overall health of the UK economy, and also supply and demand in your local area. Now, if you scroll down, we will see this article. We run through the various different house price indices that are published every month. That's the best way to get a feel for what's actually happening to UK house prices. Now, the first one is the UK House Price Index. Now, this is the most accurate of the various house price indices as it's calculated based on completed sales, both for cash sales and those with a mortgage. Now, it's sourced from HM Land Registry. Now, you can see here there's quite a lag. The latest data we have is in July 2023, and there was a slight dip from June 2023 when the monthly change was 0.5%. But overall, it's the annual change you should focus on. You can see that's been falling, and by July 2023, that was a 0.6% increase in house prices. So we won't find out the data for the summer months until later this year. Now, moving on to the Nationwide House Price Index. Now, this is calculated based on Nationwide's own mortgage approval data. Now, this you can see quite clearly has a trend that's going increasingly negative. Although, if you look at September 2023, the annual rate of change remained at minus 5.3% because the monthly change in house prices was actually zero. So the trend that we've seen since May is for house prices to be falling, but there is a suggestion that potentially that fall may be bottoming. So that will be something that will be interesting to see. Moving on to the Halifax House Price Index. Now, this is created from Halifax's database of roughly around 300,000 mortgage approvals. And again, if you look at the data for the annual change here, we've got as far as September's data, then you can see it's a trend that is increasingly negative, and the annual rate of change has fallen to minus 4.7% in September. So that is painting a slightly bleak picture there. And then finally, we've got the Rightmove House Price Index. Now, this is different to all the others because this is based upon the asking price, so the average asking price for properties listed on the Rightmove portal. So this is a bit more reflective of what people are trying to sell their houses at. So this goes up to September 2023 as well, and you can see there has been that change, that annual change that is going increasingly negative, although look at that monthly change for September, it's plus 0.4%, again suggesting there could be a bottoming in the slump in the housing market. But we will have to keep an eye on the data as to where it goes in the future. Mortgage rates are a big factor, as are the Bank of England base rate announcements we have each month. So we'll have to keep an eye on those as well, as they will impact mortgage rates, which will inevitably impact the mortgage market like it did in the early 1990s when we eventually saw a big slump in house prices following a really rapid increase in the Bank of England base rate. Probably not dissimilar in terms of speed as what we've seen recently. So if you've enjoyed that, you found that useful, make sure you hit that like button, but also subscribe to the channel for future updates.